Hey everybody, welcome back to Mac the Maverick, where we talk all things well-rounded womanhood, like inexpensive cosmetics. So I hope you guys have been doing well this season. At the time of filming, we're like 10 days from Christmas, and whether you are all festive and you're into all the holidays, or whether you kind of bah humbug like me, the last 3 months of the year kind of feel like a runaway train. It's a lot going on, and I, for one, just want to take a second to think about something else besides Christmas and holidays and New Year's. Anyway, so today I'm actually going to be trying several new products from a brand that I'm surprised I've not reviewed anything from on this channel, and that is E.L.F. I don't think I have ever done a video on E.L.F. If you somehow don't know what E.L.F. is, E.L.F. stands for Eyes, Lips, and Face, a company that was founded back in 2004. Hard to believe E.L.F. is 20 years old this year, but it was founded by two guys named Joseph Shama and Scott Vincent Borba, who, if you are of my age, you probably remember the brand Hard Candy. I think they still sell hard candy at Walmart. But anyway, he also helped launch that particular brand, Scott Vincent Borba. So Eyes, Lips, and Face, obviously they sell products for eyes, lips, and face. As of now, they have two divisions, E.L.F. Cosmetics and E.L.F. Skin, which are exactly what they sound like, the cosmetic and the skincare arm of their business. And so their brand has a wide variety of pretty inexpensive drugstore priced products that are 100% vegan, they're cruelty-free, and they are Leaping Bunny certified. Also of note, in terms of their entire product line, they have no phthalates, no parabens, no nonylphenol ethoxylates, which that's a term I honestly had never heard of before I started researching this video. NPEs for short are rumored to have toxic effects on the body, like toxic effects to the reproductive system and kidneys. Triclosan, which is supposedly affecting your thyroid, and because of the way it works to preserve and eliminate bacteria out of products, potential antibiotic resistance. And triclocarban, alleged endocrine system issues. And last but not least, hydroquinone, which is thought to possibly cause organ damage and cancer. That last ingredient is in products, has been put in products that are supposed to fade scarring, like it dissolves the pigment in your skin, i.e. the melanin, to lighten up dark spots and things like that. But in the process of doing that, it potentially could leave your skin vulnerable to UVA and UVB rays, causing skin cancer. And I keep specifically using the words potentially, allegedly, possibly, because on those last few ingredients, apparently research is still being done to prove whether those claims are 100% true. So don't go taking my word at face value that that stuff is bad for you. It just might be. So there's that. Anyway, so the founders of this brand had this idea to create E.L.F. after they were in LA and they saw women who were driving Mercedes-Benzes and Beamers going to buy dollar store or 99-cent store makeup. And so out of their concept, E.L.F. Eyes, Lips, Face was born. And this is actually a brand that I have used probably since the very beginning. I just haven't really reviewed anything. So I received recently from Influenster their Stay Cool Primer Stick, the Soft Glam Satin Foundation, which I think is the newest foundation that they have released, and one of these, the Ultimate Blending Brush, which I'm going to talk about here in a second. But in addition to those 3 products that I received for free in exchange for my honest review, I went out and bought the new, it's upside down, the new E.L.F. Camo Liquid Bronzer / Contour. I also bought, just in the interest of completeness, the Hydrating Camo Concealer, the Camo Color Corrector, and one of the newest E.L.F. Camo Liquid Blushes. This product has already been out, but they recently extended the shade range on that. So today, I'm going to try all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, technically 7 of these products and give you all my first impression. So here we go. So hopefully I can remain in focus. Y'all, my eyesight is getting progressively worse. So once I take my glasses off, everything is blurry. So I can't tell whether you think I'm blurry or not. So just bear with me. Hopefully, yeah, I think I'm good. Okay, so first up is the Stay Cool Primer Stick, which is meant to have a cooling, hydrating effect on the skin. It's infused with aloe water plus coconut, spring, and marine water. Sorry, y'all. I literally have not taken this out of the package. Yes, but also help prep your skin for makeup. I've already done my skincare. I used my regular old Inky List products that I normally use. Okay, so here it is. It doesn't really have a scent, which is a plus. And the directions say you just swipe on the skin and blend. At first touch, it is cooling, and it is, I don't know how much of this I'm putting on because it's clear and I can't see myself very well, but it is cooling. I'm gonna rub this in. And you know what, for kicks, I am going to actually, I'm gonna put this little cap back on this. I know some products, they last longer and stay better when you keep the little tops. But anyway, I won't say has a waxy-like feel because that's not 100% true, but it has more of the feel like a combination between a primer and a lotion. It's hard for me to describe, but it does not have a smell at all, which I like. It's got a little stick to it, which I also like, but it's also smooth as well to the touch. And I think some of that, of course, your skincare makes a difference in that department. But so far, so good. So next up, the Soft Glam Satin Foundation. It's a medium buildable coverage foundation with 1% hydrating hibiscus complex. I got this in the shade 53, Deep Neutral. I hope that this is correct. And from my notes, this is supposed to give me a satin finish in my foundation. Of course, it's in the name, duh. But it's supposed to come in 36 shades, which I guess is decent for a drugstore foundation. Let's see if this is a match. This also does not have a smell, because some foundations do. There's one foundation I have on my vanity right now that actually smells like cinnamon. And I like that foundation, but I don't know what to make of cinnamon. But anyway, and then you're supposed to just take it and use the ultimate blending brush to blend it. Now here's the thing. I already have one of these. And I must say, when it comes to E.L.F brushes, I've had this brush for years. I've had this brush since E.L.F had brushes that were like $1, like the white ones were $1, and I think these were $3. I've had this brush a long time. Obviously, you can't even tell that it's been used. So I can say that my E.L.F brushes, got some more, have held up pretty well. So I'm just gonna dab that. Hopefully I'm still in focus. Bring this to me. Gonna dab this and just buff that out. And from what I can tell, the match is pretty good. And this foundation claims to be breathable and not cakey. And again, from what I can feel, because I can't see, I can vouch for that. It has a nice light, feel to it as far as the weight is concerned. And to that effect, it's also non-comedogenic, which means it's not going to, supposedly, not gonna clog my pores. So that's the first layer. I'm gonna look at myself right quick. It's definitely medium coverage, even in that little bit that I just put on. And because it's supposed to be buildable, I'm gonna put on another layer. That's not normally something I would do, but some of my girls that might want a little more coverage, I'm only doing this for you. You're welcome. Mainly in the middle. And I'm just gonna buff that out. Hopefully I let that first layer dry down enough. Hopefully. So I think this is gonna be an even closer match to my summer skin. I'm in that time of year where I'm a little bit pasty, and I was sick a lot of the end of November, beginning of December. So I haven't gotten a lot of sun these days. Y'all, I just want to say it. I don't know if I said it before, but if I haven't, I hate the winter. I hate fall. I hate winter. It's the season where everything dies, is cold, and is dark all the time. Ugh. But anyway, y'all didn't ask for that. So that is the foundation. And I will say, just at first glance, it's definitely giving that medium buildable, probably to full coverage if I really wanted to work with it. The match is decent. I'm not mad at that. And it's satiny. So I could see this would be great for somebody, let's say, who likes to wear makeup to the office, and you want something that is going to be convenient and light but give you that professional look and finish. So, hold on. Okay, so next up, my E.L.F Halo Glow. You've seen me use this on my channel. It's my go-to highlighter. Normally I underpaint with this, but because we're trying something new, I'm just gonna put this on top. On the high points of my face. And let me see, going back old school into my old E.L.F brushes, and I'm going to use, this was a pointed foundation brush, which I never liked it for foundation, because I just never liked it for foundation. Like, I wouldn't want to do my whole face with this, but I think it'll work well. See, to be honest, I don't even know how to use this brush like I'm supposed to, but it works pretty well for this type of application. I love this though because it brightens up like a highlighter, obviously. Ooh. But this is almost the same color as my skin, so it doesn't like give a strobe effect, which I'm not into as much now that I'm a little older. I don't know. Taste change. Next up, concealer and color corrector. So I got the Hydrating Camo concealer in the color Deep Chestnut, and I bought an orange corrector because a good orange corrector is hard to find. Now, both of these products are supposed to be full coverage, so I'm not going to use, I'm gonna do one side with and one side without, so that we can tell how this concealer actually behaves. So in terms of the Camo color corrector, this guy comes in 5 different shades. Yellow, which is supposed to brighten up dull skin for like light to medium skin tones. Then there's peach corrector, which is gonna cancel out dark circles and stuff on light to medium skin tones. Then there is this orange, which does the same for brown girls, your dark to medium to dark skin tones. Then there's a green that cancels out red, and a blue that you can use to actually cool down overly warm foundation and concealer. So all of that is color theory, basically using colors that are opposite of each other on the color wheel to cancel each other out. So to be honest, this actually has decent coverage. I already can't see my dark circles as much, but I'm gonna just take this. It's got this kind of long applicator, and I'm just going to dot that underneath. I'm just gonna dot that underneath my eyes, and I'm going to pat. I'm just gonna pat this down. And you know what? Normally, I like to, I'm gonna put just a hair more. Lately, I've been liking to mix my color corrector directly into my foundation to kind of like make an oranger version of it for this area. But sometimes when I travel, I don't want to like pack a random extra product to do that. So I want to see how this is going to work. So that's my eye, under eye area with just the corrector. And then we're going to do the Camo, the Hydrating Camo Concealer. There is a 16-hour Camo concealer as well, but I went with the hydrating formula because that's normally what I would do. And I am going to, per usual, put that there, and a little of that there, and that there, and a little of that there. And I am going to use my old school Flawless Concealer Brush. I actually really like this concealer brush. I only stopped using it because I got some other concealer brushes, but it's always worked pretty well. And the instructions on this actually say to stipple this in the areas that you want the most coverage and then buff out the remainder. Okay, that color match is pretty decent. I wasn't sure. I'll do the same thing over here on our uncorrected side. This is the corrected side. This is the uncorrected side. So, corrected, uncorrected, both. I think the coverage is nice, to be honest. I don't know that the color corrector is really necessary in terms of the fullness of the coverage of this concealer in conjunction with this foundation. So I can say that this is very much full coverage and it performs well. Both products honestly do. But I think if your circles aren't like real dark, or if you are using this concealer in conjunction with something else, you might not even need that. Next up is the Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour. I got this, okay. I had a hard time picking what bronzer shade I should get based on what I saw on the display and on the website. So I have no idea. This comes in 10 shades. Yes, it comes in 10 shades, and it's supposed to, just depending on placement and the colors you choose, either give you that warmed up bronze look or give you that defined or enhanced contour look. I'm actually going to contour with this shade today. This is 9 Deep Rich of 10 shades, and we'll see how this actually turns out. So this does have a big round grooved applicator. If anyone is curious about that, hang on. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I'm actually going to use for this my old school E.L.F contour brush, my flat one. I had a bone to pick when I saw the display for this product, and I'm gonna tell you why after I finish seeing it on myself. You ideally would want to contour, in particular 1 to 2 shades darker than your skin tone. Am I right? And I had trouble trusting that any of the shades lighter than number 9 were going to be 1 to 2 shades darker than my skin tone. This is shade 9, okay? All right, went a little too far on my nose, but I can fix that. So color wise, I don't really know what to make of this. So if this is number 9, and I can't really, like, it's super subtle. It is supposed to have a natural finish. I know that much. But if this is number 9, then I'm about the color of a paper sack, for lack of a better word. 10 isn't much darker than number 9, so at what point do you drop off a gang of people who cannot use this bronzer? That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like that's a department in general that cosmetic brands really tend to fail at, not just shade range but undertones. But I was kind of disappointed. I mean, it doesn't look bad on me or anything like that, but yeah, this is number 9 out of 10. So last but not least of the E.L.F. products is the E.L.F. Camo liquid blush. I got this in bronze bombshell because I stand a nice warm terracotta blush, and like the bronzer, you're supposed to just dot this where you want it, and it has the same kind of round grooved applicator, and blend. And I am going to use my old school E.L.F. blush brush for that. Ooh. All right, and it is nice and pigmented. I can kind of see that already. So this blush is supposed to, all right, and so, not bad. I'm going to actually finish up my look. I actually got a few products recently from Merit that I also need to review for you guys, but I'm going to finish up with my eyebrows, a little mascara, and I'm going to use my Absolute Coffee Bean lip liner. Juvia's Place liquid lipstick in the color Spice. And Sephora liquid lipstick in 118. Now Sephora, I really need y'all to start like somehow printing your shade names. It's the cream lip stain actually, but start printing your lip stain color somewhere on the tube or something. And because the rest of my makeup is kind of dewy, we're going to do gloss today. So first impressions, in terms of the primer, I like the way that it felt when it went on. I feel like it did a good job of gripping the foundation and the other products that came after it. The foundation, for the most part, I like the finish. I'm generally more of a sheer to medium girl. I feel like this for me is leaning on full coverage in my humble opinion, but it's not bad. To the point of the claims, it says it's supposed to be breathable and not cakey, and I feel like that is the case, especially for this amount of coverage. For forgot to mention that it does have 1% hydrating hibiscus complex, as well as pomegranate, blueberry, and goji. So there's that. The color corrector and the Camo concealer. The color corrector has hyaluronic acid and rose water. Of course, those are buzzword skincare ingredients. And it's also supposed to have full coverage. I will say that it does have full coverage without looking or feeling dry. And it does have the satin finish that complements the Satin Finish foundation very, very well. The bronzer, as the brand claims, is lightweight. It is blendable. I'm just concerned about the shade range. Like, I kind of see where I put this bronzer on, or this bronzer contour on, but I'm just afraid that once you get a shade or maybe two darker than me, that's it. That's all. So, And then in terms of the Camo blush, says that it's highly pigmented. It is highly pigmented. Says that it gives a soft, dewy finish. I think it gives a soft, dewy finish. It's pigmented, but if you notice, it's starting to settle in quite nicely. And in terms of the ultimate blending brush, like I said, I've had this particular brush for many, many years. I have no doubt that this replacement would perform just about the same. So I feel like performance-wise, I like most of these products quite well. And price point-wise, the color corrector is $4. This is $8, and everything else is $7 a piece. That's a really, really good value for price. So my first impression of these products overall is, not bad at all. Now, I can't do a natural light test on this for you tonight because it's nighttime. But tomorrow after church, we have a bowling fellowship. So I'm going to probably, in the morning for church, do this exact same look or very, very close to it over again and basically do a wear test. We're going to see if it is long lasting as it says it is. So I will see you guys back here or back somewhere tomorrow to give y'all my final verdict. Good night. Hey y'all, I am back. It's approximately 9 hours, 8 or 9 hours since I initially applied my makeup this morning. And I can say, after having gone to church, been rained on a little bit, and bowled for 3 games, it's pretty much still in place. I can still see the pigmentation in my blush and the other products. The only thing that I'm not crazy about, I feel, with this the foundation, for example, I feel like it kind of settles into my fine lines just a little bit and shows some of the texture. I would be very interested to see how this performs with powder and or a setting spray to kind of melt everything down. But all in all, I definitely like the color products. The jury's still kind of out on the contour, but I love the blush. I love the initial finish from the primer and the initial finish from the foundation, and the coverage of the concealer. It's still there, and that is without any kind of correction. So I could totally see myself in particular traveling with this particular setup, because everything is small tubes, small wands, TSA friendly, and just not a lot to lug around. And I was able to apply all my makeup this morning in roughly 10 less than 15 minutes. Of course, I didn't do any eyeshadow. I just added a little bit of dark brown eyeliner today, but very quick, very easy, beginner friendly, and it fantastic price point. If I didn't mention this before, the foundation was $8. Halo Glow is $14, and it's gonna take me forever to get through that. Everything else was $7 a piece, so that's definitely way cheaper than some other drugstore products, quite frankly, much less prestige products. And you can find them easily at Ulta. You can get them at Walmart and some other places as well, but I know Ulta runs sales all the time. And if you are in their rewards program, you have coupons. Like right now, I think they're doing 20% off your total purchase, or $10 off of 40. So you could easily go ahead and stock your entire routine in E.L.F. at a pretty deep discount and get everything you need. So you guys, let me know if you've tried any of these products, or if you would try any of these products. Just talk back to me. It's always good for me to hear from you. And until next time, do what you love what you do, and keep at it. Keep the faith. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.